This is for Year 12 methods. It comes out of the 2012 Tech Aloud Question 8 SAC, where we have Bruno jumping off and landing either on this side of the tent or that part of the tent or that part of the tent. And it's some hints as to how to do question D. Okay, Bruno jumps by this rule here. So he's jumping according to this rule. This rule starts at 20 and is a parabola that has a negative value. Therefore, if A is positive, Bruno's either going to jump like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, depending upon the value of A. Sometimes Bruno will land here, sometimes Bruno might land there, sometimes he'll land here, and sometimes he'll land here. So what are the values of A that give all sorts of different scenarios? Now let's think about this a little bit. Okay, let's say these numbers aren't nice, but let's say that was 1, that was 3, this point here would have to be 10 and 1. So 10, 1. This will be 5 and 3, and that will be 0, 1. Now, if the rule that we're following is this rule here, then y of 5 equals 3 will mean that 20 minus ax squared will equal 3 given x equals 5. Solve that for A, and that will tell you when Bruno lands exactly at this point here. Is that okay? So if I did 20 minus ax squared is less than 3 given x equals 5, then solve for A would give me when it's down here, and if when x equals 5 the y value is down here, it means that Bruno must be landing somewhere on the left. Is that okay? So if I did 20 minus ax squared is bigger than 3 given x equals 5, then it must go through at this point here, which means when Bruno jumps, to go through that point there, he must land on this side of the tent. Now if I do 20 minus ax squared equals 1 given x equals 10 and solve for A, that will give me the A value when Bruno jumps and lands there. So if I did 20 minus ax squared is bigger than 1 given x equals 10, then those A values will mean that it goes through higher than 1 when x equals 10, and that will be Bruno jumping and totally missing. I should be able to work out when he lands on this to give the A values in between here. When x equals 5 it's bigger than 3, therefore he clears this point, but when x equals 10, A equals 1, that means he lands on this point here. That will give you all of the A values along there. I hope that helps you work out the values of A to 4 decimal places for Bruno landing on left, on right, or totally missing the tent.